Welcome back to the 7 Sports Cave here. We're going to try a new segment here each and every week. Try to go in depth with a sports personality in Detroit who you may not know the whole story behind. There's no question that Ron Gardenhire has done wonders with this young Tigers team, keeping them relevant until the All-Star break was a big win for him. But he's got some other big wins in the works as well, as I sat down with him earlier this week. You took this job and understanding that, you want to win, you want to put a product on the field that people want. Here we are approaching the halfway point of the season. Give me where you feel you're at in the job that you're doing.
Well, it's ups and downs. I mean, you got that with young players. We're going through stretches where we're just not really scoring many runs. We went through a stretch where, we weren't pitching very well. So it's all part of the season. I think the one thing you hope for is that, like we had an 11-game losing streak. If you can cut those in half and maybe make it a 4 or 5-game losing streak, you can deal with that a lot easier. So they're stomach punches, but that's how these kids grow up.
They've certainly done that. I think the fans have galvanized to that. I mean, the rally goose phenomenon happened for a little while. Have you experienced anything like that before in your career?
Well, I think that was, one of those things where everybody was watching, the goose, and you hit that wall, and our guys everybody was concerned. We all didn't want it to happen, and next thing you know, of course, we come back and win a ball game, and now we've got the goose head. Of course, those players never miss anything like that. As soon as they took advantage of that right away.
I think the fans are looking at you, and they really appreciate what you've done to this team, how you've made them fun, enjoyable group to watch. But that comes from you, stems from the head of the organization here, you and Al and everybody else. What's something that fans may not know about Ron Gardenhire that would surprise them?
I don't know. I grew up in a small town. I was a military brat. So I always had that, it was yes ma'am and no sir around my house, but it was a fun house to live in. My dad was one of those guys that could keep you laughing, He's a tough guy, a little guy. But so I kind of grew up like that. He always told me, don't take yourself too seriously, but be very serious when you take on a job and understand how to reach people. And it was all about people. It's open relationships, it's open talks, and I think that's part of it. These guys, I want them to understand they can walk in my office anytime they want to and say pretty much anything they want to, not everything they want to.
You ever have to go, okay, you're almost there, you're almost on that line, you're going to need to step that back?
Absolutely, I've had easy now, watch where you're going here. I still love you so far.
Golfer, fisherman, if you had to choose one, you could only do one for the rest of your life, which one are you choosing?
Fishing.
Fishing?
I love fishing.
Give me a good fishing story.
Oh, I got tons of them. I've had the accidents. I've actually had the little boats up in the North Lakes in Minnesota. I've got a little bass boat, and I've actually had my pole sitting back there not paying attention and gone. That's about $150.
Yeah, right.
So we've had good ones. I've never fallen out of the boat. So
okay, that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. Haven't fallen in yet, but yeah, we've a lot of good fishing stories. Yeah.
Did you hunt growing up too?
I pheasant hunt.
Okay,
and
that's
my brother was a big deer hunter, and I got into pheasant hunting out there with some buddies from Minnesota, and we go out in the Dakotas, and it's a lot of fun. It's a bunch of guys getting together for about a 3 or 4 day weekend. It's entertainment. You hunt for 2 or 3 hours, and then you sit in there and tell how great you are the next 8 hours. So.
You guys are all about prospects right now. So, what do you think? What do you think about this kid's potential? I mean, that's a 1994, a young buck. What do you think this guy projects out to being?
Well, I think he's left-handed. That's left-handed and breathing in baseball is always good. We always said that. If he can throw left-handed, he was probably going to pitch in the big leagues because lefties get them out. They always do, and everybody needs a lefty. So just make sure he throws with that other arm too.
Okay. Didn't happen, Ron.
No, it doesn't happen too often. It's either there or it's not there. And we've seen that. I've told a couple of guys in here, you should have been right-handed. I tell them that all the time.
Thank you so much.
My
really
pleasure.
Appreciate it.
All
Good
right.
luck to you the rest of the way. It's easy to see how all of the guys in the clubhouse gravitate towards his managerial style. All right, coming up next, we want to hear from you. The last chance in this commercial break. Use the hashtag 7SportsCave. We're reading your comments and taking your questions next here on the Sports Cave.